Hello, everyone. I'm back again with another agent. And this time I'm with Katie. Katie, would you like to do a brief introduction to the people? I know we've gone through your results here and we'd like to share some of that with the folks.
Sure. Yeah, I'm Katie Cutshall. I am an agent in the Raleigh, North Carolina market. I am coming up on my third year in the business. And yeah, this was my first experience with a lead service.
Awesome. I appreciate your brief introduction there, Katie, and introducing yourself to the people. I just wanted to ask you, like I said, we've gone through our results so far, and you have an idea of what the service has been like. And so I wanted to ask you, what has it been like working with us, and what have you liked about it?
Well, I really enjoyed the communication process especially during the onboarding and trying to determine what all things I needed to get in line. I needed to commit to a digital calendar, which was new, but that has actually been really helpful in my personal life as well. So that was great. Thanks for forcing me to do that. One aspect I really like about the system in particular is, and I didn't realize this until I guess a week or two ago, but that there is a spot you can go to in the lead center, in the opportunity center, to actually listen to the recorded conversations. And once I figured that out, it was so much different, because then when I'm preparing for a new appointment, I can listen through and say, oh, okay, so they did mention that price. Well, they're concerned about this. And it just gave me a lot more talking points to more quickly connect with the person I'm talking to. So that's a great feature. I think that's awesome.
Awesome. I appreciate the feedback, Katie. Now, one other thing I wanted to ask you, you mentioned a few things there, and maybe that was the answer to the question I was about to ask, but I was going to ask what your favorite part of the service was overall.
I guess that's my favorite part of the platform, I suppose. But as far as the service, yeah, I think it's really the communication and the ease of access, and you telling me like, hey, I've got this scheduled family thing or vacation. Here are the ways that I'll be able to reach you. Not on your own, but here, setting that expectation, just as opposed to some people who just might disappear and come back later and say, oh yeah, well, the ISAs were there. Like that was not the case. That was not something that I had to go deal with. So honestly, I think it's how you're handling the communication. So
Awesome. I appreciate that. And I'm glad to hear that, Katie, because that is one area where I hear that from a ton of agents, because a lot of people go to the big names, right? Zillow, Bold Leads, Realtor.com, Opcity, those type of people. And unfortunately, you kind of become just a spoke in the wheel, right? And there's a ton of people out there. And so I really try to shine in communication since it hasn't. And it's nice to hear that it's working the way we like it to. So all that being said, Katie, I appreciate you sharing your experience with the people here. I wanted to ask you one last question here. If somebody is watching this video, maybe through an advertisement of ours, or maybe they're on our website, what would you say to somebody else that was considering something like this, especially somebody in your position where this was like the first time that you've given it a shot?
yeah, I think it would just be like, if nothing else, get on a call. Like you have to ask the questions. You have to see like who you vibe with, and really what you're expecting out of the service, and be really clear on that. And that's what's great about the discovery calls is, you can ask those questions and have an honest answer. And that alleviated a lot for me. So just take the shot. You're not losing anything, and you might end up with a really great opportunity. So.
Awesome. I appreciate that, Katie. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for going through our results, and thank you so much for sharing with the people. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. If you're currently experiencing the challenges or concerns that this agent used to go through prior to partnering with us, and you want to achieve the same results that they talked about in this video, then feel free to click the link in the description below to find out a little more about our company and to potentially book a call to see if we would be a good fit for one another.